On behalf of Michelle and myself, I want to begin by congratulating tonight's winner, Eduardo, Souto de Moura. And I also want to recognize the members of the prize jury, who I think had a very difficult task in choosing from so many outstanding architects all around the world. Now, as Tom mentioned, my interest in architecture goes way back. There was a time when I thought I could be an architect where I expected to be more creative than I turned out, so I had to go into politics instead. And as the Pritzkers and so many others here can attest, if you love architecture, there are few better places to live than in my hometown of Chicago. It is the birthplace of the skyscraper, the city filled with buildings and public spaces designed by architects like Louis Sullivan, Frank Lloyd Wright, and Frank Gehry, who's here tonight. In fact, the headquarters of our last campaign was in a building based on a design by Mies van der Rohe. For 2 years, we crammed it full of hundreds of people working around the clock and surviving on nothing but pizza. I'm not sure if that's what Mies had in mind, but it worked out pretty well for us. And that's what architecture is all about. It's about creating buildings and spaces that inspire us, that help us do our jobs, that bring us together, and that become, at their best, works of art that we can move through and live in. And in the end, that's why architecture can be considered the most democratic of art forms. That's perhaps why Thomas Jefferson, who helped enshrine the founding principles of our nation, had such a passion for architecture and design. He spent more than 50 years perfecting his home at Monticello, and he spent countless hours sketching and revising his architectural drawings for the University of Virginia, a place where he hoped generations would study and become, as he described it, the future bulwark of the human mind in this hemisphere. Like Jefferson, tonight's honoree has spent his career not only pushing the boundaries of his art, but doing so in a way that serves the public good. Eduardo Souto de Moura has designed homes, shopping centers, art galleries, schools, and subway stations, all in a style that seems as effortless as it is beautiful. He's an expert at the use of different materials and colors, and his simple shapes and clean lines always fit seamlessly into their surroundings.